Can anybody see this? The second is to social apps and ads.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, thanks. All right, let's continue with the lecture, okay? Okay, so here's the thing. I always find the early days of any social network are such a like a heady time because um you know there's so much energy and excitement, right? And you're discovering new connections and trying to figure out how to best navigate the app. That's what it feels like on a Clubhouse, right? But where do brands fit in, and are they even welcome on the platform? And if companies do want to take part, how should they behave, right? So let's just say that they're wading in slowly. For instance, the Kool-Aid icon dropped by a chat and would occasionally react with its signature, right? Like, oh yeah, not exactly a lot of value, but it gave users a laugh, right? So New York Pizza Company Slice partnered with a room hosting a dating competition and sends consolation pie to the losers. And RBI, the company that owns Burger King, Popeyes, and Tim Hortons, hosted an open chat for executives to answer questions about their like recent earnings, right? But there hasn't been a massive influx of brands on Clubhouse yet. You see, the company hasn't released plans for how it's planning to commercialize the app. And that means there could be some innovative opportunities for your brand if Clubhouse is the right platform and you're ready. So what are some of the things you might consider? Well, I dropped in on a Clubhouse room discussing just that, and there were plenty of ideas. The brand could use Clubhouse as a place to preview or launch new products to customers, right? So okay, so you could host a chat or brand Q&A, maybe sponsor various clubs or rooms, go behind the scenes for your podcast, conduct impromptu focus groups to gain customer insights. And if you're an agency or like professional, like service firm, maybe you could provide a sample of your advice and coaching style, right? Um, okay, what's wrong with this? Sorry, hold on a second. Sorry, my computer's got really slow for some reason. Sorry guys, my computer's got really slow. It's not moving for some reason. Can you guys give me a minute? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, let me just continue. So anyways, that's just the beginning of what I just talked about. So if your customers are using like Clubhouse, it's a good idea to spend some time on the app too, right? So test it out, participate in a few rooms and take notice of the topics or like things people want to chat about. And then like brainstorm creative audio ideas that fit well with your brand voice. That way you'll be ready to present a great business case for why your company should join the club. Okay. Any questions so far? Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about this. So sponge is made of fudge, right? Um, does anybody like sponge cake? Um, let's see. So I know it sounds kind of silly, but it's what I think about when I hear the term non like fungible token. So right. So of course the non-fungible token NFT. So NFTs have nothing to do with candy or cleaning implements. They're a new way for creators and brands to monetize a digital asset. But how do they work? So let's dive into a murky NFT waters to find out. Okay. Um. Yeah. Yeah. My PPT is weird. Okay. So basically, non-fungible tokens are like unique identifiers attached to a digital um um sorry. Okay, anyways, so non-fungible tokens are unique identifiers attached to a digital piece of content, right? So they provide verified proof of um, ownership for, say, a video, a GIF, um, or a tweet or image. The term non-fungible itself means unchangeable. So no matter how many times an item is sold, it retains the original ID. The process starts when the content owner creates or mints a token associated with a product and then sells the token online. The difference between an NFT and many other assets you may have is that you cannot really touch it, but you can still experience it, show it off, and prove to people it's yours, right? I'm sorry it's taking so long because my computer is really, really slow for some reason. Um, I'm gonna try some. If I'm using subtitles, it's really slow. I'm gonna turn this off. Real quick. Okay, that's better. Okay. Um, right. I'll make this faster. Sorry guys, I'm using a script right now, and somehow it's not scrolling because I forgot what I was gonna talk about. Hmm. I'll be right back. Just 1 second. Okay, it's working now. Sorry about that. All right, let me just continue with the lecture. So lately, there's been lots of like publicity around non-fungible tokens, right? NFTs. Digital artist Beeple got over like $69 million for a digital collage sold by an auction house like Christie. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, sold his first tweets for like $2.9 million and donated the money to charity. The NBA marketed combo virtual and real basketball sets, right? So even like Charmin like release a non-fungible toilet paper. Personally, I prefer the real thing, right? um, then you can use like on NFTs to give customers another connections to your brand. For instance, you could make a unique digital copy of a popular product or take an eye-catching brand icon or event poster and turn it into a digital one of a kind. Just about any digital memento can be offered as an NFT. The key demonstrate is cachet and value to your customers so that they're willing to make an investment. Just remember that NFTs are minted on a blockchain like cryptocurrency, which means their environmental footprint is large and that could turn some customers off, right? So will NFTs continue their rise, or are they just passing digital fancy? One thing is for certain, there's no end to where you might discover on the NFT market. One token came with a secondary prize, a real house the buyer could live in. So what the viral YouTube video, like Charlie bit my finger, like brought in over $750,000, right? And even a Meta New York Times column about NFT sold for like $560,000 dollars. So maybe I should offer the next edition of my newsletter as an NFT, or on the second thought, maybe not. Okay. Slow. All right, so let me just continue with this lecture. I was kind of like hoping this lesson would be written and voiced by, some chatbot like this one right here. But let's just say that he's still in an early stage of development. Well, I'll call him Martin. So, but if the Martin was around, I bet he talked about how mainstreaming of artificial intelligence will affect digital marketing workflows, tools, and jobs. And especially natural language generation, um, like multimodal AI and immersive like collaboration. So let's start with the natural language generation, or NLG, which is really writing done by machine, right? So there are more and more AI writing assistants on the market these days, and many of them are quite good. Just give them a prompt and they'll churn out headlines, ad copy, blog posts, you name it. But will they take your writing job? I don't think so, at least not yet. You see, the NLGs are mimics, good at sounding like us, but they don't understand what they're writing, like human nuance or emotion. And the results are incredibly inconsistent, ranging from surprisingly decent to made up falsehoods or repetitive gobble gobbledygook. But in any brainstorm, you need those bottom of the barrel ideas to uncover the hidden gems. So don't think of NLG as your writing partner. It's more like an artificial muse. So AI ignites the concept, but you have to do the creative work, like bring them to life. Okay. So speaking of creativity, have you ever struggled trying to find the perfect image of for your copy? Like, could AI help? Well, with the multimodal AI, which integrates text and image generation, you can give an AI app the text description of a visual you like to see, and it will output the scene. Or you can ask it to describe what's in a scene and it will come up with a caption. But similar to AI writing, the quality you get varies considerably, and you may end up with a creepy image or blobby visual mess. It's not quite ready for prime time, but expect some breakthroughs in multimodal writing and drawing tools in the near future. So whether you're back in the office or working remotely or some hybrid format, video conference calls are not going away. But collaborating with your colleagues who happens to be in different places could soon become a lot more immersive. Facebook or Meta's Horizon Workrooms let you customize your virtual office or boardroom and invite guests. And if you're wearing virtual reality or VR goggles, if it feels like your avatar are all in the like same place at the same time, and you can stand next to each other, drawing on a virtual whiteboard or sharing your screen. So right now, this is more of a like a cool piece of tech, but soon the metaverse could be where we meta work, right? So the AI writing assistants are available now and should be tested. Multimodal AI that can create images or the text to describe them, and immersive AI experiences are still in their early days. And it's important to pay attention to how they develop and when you'll be able to use them at work. The good news is human creativity isn't going away anytime soon, but it could enhance by an AI. Okay. Okay, so I know that it's almost 11:30, and I know some of you have to like go to next class. So if you want, you could leave right now. I'll give you the permission. Um, okay, okay, whoever said that. You may leave early. If you want to stick around, that's totally fine. I'm still gonna record, and I'm just gonna upload all of these videos very soon. So, look, I'm gonna have the quiz in a way that you could take it until next week. But if you decide to do it until like midnight tonight, you'll get extra points. So make sure be sure of that. Yeah. For those of you who needs to go to class right now, well, I'll see you next week. Um, if you want to stick around, please stick around, okay? Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay, I'm gonna continue with the lecture and you can ask me afterwards. Okay, so when it comes to like new tech gadgets, like I want you to know that this thing called CES, where all these tech giants all go to showcase a new products. It's very exciting conference slash like exhibition. So like if they have if Samsung has a new product coming out, they always go to CES and just showcase their stuff. Sony goes there, like everybody, right? So you'll never know what you'll find. It's such a great stuff. And some products are amazing time savers, and we wonder, what we did without them. So others are well, maybe they were best left in the cutting room floor. But each year, the Consumer Electronics Show, CES, previews a wide array of new devices and apps, right? So for this lesson, I'm gonna share with you so we could like check out some of the latest sci-fi meets real world highlights from this year's like event. I think that was like last March, right? Yeah. Yeah, so check this out, right? So as your desk fills up with lights, microphones, and headsets and screens and a range of other like digital devices, it's easy to feel like there's no place to work, right? So enter Razer's Project Sophia, a customizable desk built for technology. All right, so while it's still a concept, the modular desk lets you integrate all sorts of products, including like touchscreens, chargers, and mixers right into your setup, which makes your workspace even more high tech, right? So almost like you're sitting at the command center of a space voyage all while you're on the job, right? And maybe you can set up your desktop, ship on a course to visit an immersive digital experience, and your agency's just created for your brand, right? So Wonderman Thompson unveils a metaverse platform with inspirational kiosk, right? So companies can visualize how potential metaverse marketing opportunities might play out. So Wonderman offered brands a chance to catch a glimpse into the future of retail, brand storytelling, and like games advertising or advertising in games, right? This is still very early days, but agency client presentations might never be the same, right? Speaking of immersive environment, how about like cinema that sits right in front of your eyes, right? So TCL's like NXT Wear G wearable display glass have you covered, right? This is such a cool stuff. I think I'm thinking of buying it if they have something similar in the future. They have some on Amazon.com, but this is like a AR glass, right? So the eyewear connects to your smartphone or laptop, which controls what you see, right? It's not fully AR enabled just yet, but if you're in public and want to look at the like confidential document, this could be just a thing. Or just watch a movie, like whatever. Yeah, and finally, John Deere is introducing the latest farm implement. Um, Self-driving tractors complete with 6 pairs of cameras, GPS, and smartphone controls to autonomously till the back 40, right? So there are also built-in manual safety overrides and more features on the way. I guess you could say they took the self-driving concept out to pasture in a very productive way. Yeah, anyway, so those are really cool stuff from the CES. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay. Like I said, you may leave right now if you need to go to class right now, okay? All right, so let me ask you a question. So, like creator or influencer. So what's the difference between oh oops. Yeah, that's not bad. So what's the difference between the two, right? Creator or influencer? Well, according to a tech writer like Taylor Lorenz, is partly based on platform and age, right? So for instance, like on YouTube, popular video makers preferred being called creator over YouTube star. A few years later on Instagram, which was attracting a younger audience, the term influencers seemed to stick. But regardless of what you call them, there were a lot more similarities than differences because the both creators and influencers are people who've built a following based on their passion, and brands are anxious to work with them, right? And like this brings us to the creator economy. So creator economy is this things that which is like all the way creators make money from the content. So in the early days of social media, like bloggers were just happy to be invited to events and get free products to review. So it was like more like earned media or PR, right? But soon, many creators realize how valuable their audiences could be to brands, and they looking for ways to monetize that, right? So the creator economy is an ever-changing landscape. It includes influencer marketing, where companies work directly with influencers and compensates them for creating branded content. Of course, transparent disclosure is like a key part of that relationship. So fans know which posts are sponsored and which aren't. And influencers don't risk losing audience trust, right? So creators can also reach out directly to their fans. Some platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Clubhouse allow you to tip creators by like sending money to them directly for content you enjoy. Readers can pay to subscribe to creator newsletter on platforms like Substacks. Then there's a donation model popularized like sites like Patreon, where creators ask for donation to cover the cost. And many platforms, including Meta, LinkedIn, TikTok, Pinterest, and Snapchat, have special creator funds that compensate creators based on audience size, views, engagement, and content. On the brand side, you can invite creators to host live stream shopping events, harness social commerce, and let creators sell your product right from their stores. Get creators involved in brand events or product launches, or sponsor or place ads in creator podcasts, newsletters, or video content. So what are the best options for your company? Well, that depends on your budget and business goals, right? So the most important thing, like find and build relationship with creators who fit your brand's values and whose audience matches your customers. And then let them do what they do best, create content that engages their fans, right? Okay, so does anybody have any questions so far? Okay. Okay, so you probably heard the term like the thought leader, right? So what exactly does that mean? So how do you get started, and in which marketing discipline does it belong? Yeah, so well, let's take a little time to think about it, right? So a thought leader is really another name for a subject matter expert. So an authority who creates content, people, and trust. Expertise, like authority, like trust, like the EAT, right? So those are the three things, three of the signals Google's quality raters use to score websites. So that means that it's related to SEO. But wait, like thought leadership also provides an opportunity to position your brand or executives as having deep insights that could shape or reshape your industry. And then media might want to call on your companies to comment on various media, right? Yeah, or comment on various trends. And maybe you're invited to speak at a conference, or you could write an opinion piece about your industry and place it in a trade publication, that sound like a lot like a PR. On the other hand, isn't that the type of like big picture thinking, like more like content marketing? So creating helpful posts that encourage customers to visit your site, pay attention to your like business perspective, and ask questions that could like lead to sales. That must be where thought leadership belongs, right? Well, when you get right down to it, thought leadership is embedded in all three. It positions your brand as an authority, and that helps with SEO. It builds relationships, which are part of PR, and you're using ideas to draw attention to your brand, like content marketing, right? So ultimately, thought leadership showcases your values and your vision, and is a key part of your integrated marketing plan, right? So how do you begin? Well, first, like select the topic that position your brand as a leader. Like next, like identify internal experts who can bring your ideas to life. So determine how thought leadership fits into your overall marketing strategy. And then like create and share an insightful content that demonstrate a fresh perspective, like on on the like fresh perspective on industry trends. That is okay. Any questions so far? You're almost done, by the way. Okay, so let's talk about like what's new in social commerce, right? So have you like I wonder like have you all been to like do you guys been to malls and sometimes the new malls? So sometimes if you're in the US and there's so many malls out there, you don't have to drive to get there or spend time looking at a place to park. Like you don't have to go to the mall in person, right? Because we have a thing called social commerce, right? So social commerce is a changing the way we discover, buy, and recommend products, right? So you need to like, so sometimes you grab your smartphone and you just start browsing. It's a lot more easier, right? So sites like Instagram, like Facebook and TikTok, lets brands set up stores and showcase product collection and launches with image and video. I mean, do you always get that? Like sometimes when you like scroll through the Instagram, you see all these ads like they're so beautiful to watch sometimes. Right, and also like merchant platforms like Shopify offer a seamless integration with your digital shop, right? So you can manage multiple locations from a like single dashboard, and kind of like a digital head office in chain stores, right? So you all heard the saying like a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, with a visual search on platforms like Pinterest, people can take a picture of a product and match it to turn to items in your store, right? And now with Google's multi-search features, shoppers can take a picture of a product and then customize it by adding in a short text description. So your customers can see how that couch or dress might look in another color and easily find just what they need, right? And what about the thing trying things on? Well, that's where your augmented reality comes in. So in Snapchat's catalog power shopping lens, like gives customer a chance to find prices, descriptions, and products cards that take you right to purchase, so you can try and buy, right? And Pinterest try on features let you visualize how you look in a like beauty product or virtually position a piece of furniture to see how it fits in your home, right? That's pretty cool, right? So if your brand has a relationship with influencers, you may want to partner with them for a live stream, like shopping event, right? So you can host it on platforms like Instagram or YouTube. Just be sure to involve your influencer early in the process and encourage them to help you conceive, plan, and promote the event, right? So think of it as like a live TV show where you need to blend the right mix of like entertainment, like insider tips, products, and seamless checkout to keep your customer tuned in. And so, like, how do you decide if social commerce is right for your brand? Well, it starts with your customer and understanding their needs and that what they like to do, right? And then like figure out the best platform to reach them and create a visual shopping experience with stunning photos, videos, and 3D images and AI, right? And you also like need to develop a promotion strategy that integrates both paid and organic posts. Yeah. Above all, be social and let your brand personality shine through to make social shopping as fun and inspirational as it is in real life, right? Any questions so far? Yeah. Let me just drink a quick water real quick. Okay, so let me just talk about this year's tech trends in your brand. So how often do you picture the future of your business or the direction you may be heading? So which digital disruption could alter the way you work and connect with your customers? So let's dive into the future today Institute's 2022 tech trend report and 3 developments on the horizon. So we'll start with no code or low code AI. that sort of like lets people with virtually no coding experience drag, drop, reorder, and create AI models like a pro. For instance, like Google Cloud's Auto ML lets you classify images, translate text, spot patterns, and in Apple's Create ML, you can build natural language and recommendation systems. So how can your brand prepare? So encourage your team to start thinking about the different paths your customers take from brand awareness to consideration to action, and then use no-code AI to help you improve and simplify the flow. So these days, there's so much buzz about the metaverse and the way virtual work, entertainment, and travel will become a lot more immersive. But how will you represent yourself as you move between work and play worlds? Will you use one avatar or many? Like, will your avatar's appearance like change to reflect how you behave in certain settings? How will your friends and colleagues recognize you as you? What about your workplace? Will they need to develop an avatar dress code and policies around transparency when an employee represents your brand? You may need to figure out how you'll identify and build relationship with customers if their names and appearance are unique to the platforms they're on. Like sounds like a CRM could be in for a major makeover, right? So how are you feeling about all this? Um, so when you think of as you think about this, I just want you to remember that AI is getting better at detecting emotion. So some applications already analyze your facial expressions and tone of your voice to determine if you're feeling angry, happy, stressed, or sad, right? And a new machine learning model uses radio waves to monitor changes to your heartbeat and predict your mood. So pretty soon a sentiment analysis app could try to solve a problem based on your customer's emotional state. And while your response may have more context, your customers might think you crossed the privacy threshold. So you want to make sure you use an ethical decision-making framework to evaluate the risks and consequences of AI. I don't know about you, but sometimes it feels like my life's becoming a science fiction movie. So in fact, science fiction might be a good source of new ideas for your business, right? The Future Today Institute recommends using a three-step process to develop scenarios that can simulate the road ahead. First, write a descriptive headline. Then define a time frame and a possible outcome. Third, create the story. That way, you can begin to imagine what a digital future might look like and figure out how your brand could adapt, right? Any questions so far, or should I continue? It's almost done, by the way. I promise. All right, let me talk about social media trends from last July. Okay, so we have AR shopping, creators tools, video collaboration, and a robot-friendly office space. So it's time for social media news and trends, like our roundup. From this lesson, it's sort of the roundup of recent changes and what they could mean for your brand, right? So do you like to see how a product looks like on you before you buy it? So Snapchat's going all in on AR shopping, right? So the new tools make it easy for companies to upload 3D product photos and create an augmented reality ads using new templates. And dress up shopping tab gives customers even more options to try before they buy. The snaps also helping brands find celebrities and influencers. Their new Cameo for Business integration offers a seamless way for companies to connect with creators and pay them with for sponsored post, right? And also on the creator front, the Twitter super follow spaces now lets creators host audio events exclusively for subscriber fans. And Twitter create, formerly Twitter Media, gives influencers additional resources to engage and monetize their content. And this could open the door to future sponsorships or ad opportunities for your brand. Except for screen sharing, video conference platforms are not ideal spaces for collaboration. Well, Microsoft's trying to change that with a new Teams feature called Live Share. So Live Share lets people work interactively on project right on the Teams call. And a new video startup like Switchboard, which is browser hosted, lets participants sign into collaborative platforms like Google Docs and make changes in real time on the app that everyone can take part in and see. And speaking of collaboration, in the Meet Your New like cubicle mate category, an office building in South Korea was designed to accommodate not just humans, but human co-workers. So right now, the robots are mostly used as delivery drones, right? I'm sure you probably saw those in some restaurants in Seoul, but soon they may climb and whirl their way to the top of the corporate ladder. Who knows? But you may find yourself reporting to like this guy like right here in the future. It might happen, or that could be interesting. I don't know. Any questions so far before I move on? Just gonna drink some water real quick. Okay. Okay, so marketing on TikTok. So imagine if the TV station knew its audience so well, it could curate a custom lineup of shows that could keep its viewers glued to the screen, right? So add in a dash of social sharing and you have the secrets to TikTok's success. So how can your brand engage customers on the platform? Well, let's talk about what you can do, right? So like once you set up a TikTok for business account, you can just select your goal, audience, like a budget and campaign types, all from the easy to use platform. And you'll like discover like several paid options to choose from, including top view ads, which are kind of like brand takeovers and appear at the start of the For You page, right? So in feed ads are placed like between organic videos, and you can sponsor a branded hashtag challenge, right? Or create a shareable branded effects like stickers and like AR filter and things like that. So with TikTok's new Pulse Premium, you can place ads right next to trending hashtags, right? And you can target topics like beauty, fashion, and gaming, and your brand will appear near the top performing content in those categories. TikTok is also partnered with content marketing platforms like Hootsuite, Sprinkler, Sprout Social, and Brandwatch to make it easier for you to manage, schedule, and measure your post. And if you're a merchant, you can already integrate your product with Shopify to make it easy for your customers on TikTok to check out. Of course, brands can always partner with popular TikTok creators, and branded mission lets your company connect directly with creators to crowdsource sponsored content, and videos selected by brands get boosted by TikTok so they reach more eyes, right? So some companies are even hosting casting calls and encouraging users to create audition videos right on the app, right? So before you jump in, you need to determine if TikTok's right fit for your brand. Find out if your customers are using it and who they're following, and spend time getting to know the platform and type of content there that's getting the most attraction. And then like start being social and testing it out. But make sure it doesn't seem like, you're trying too hard, right? So instead, like, create entertaining videos that showcase your brand's personality in an authentic and fun way. Does anybody have any questions so far? All right, so this is from last September, okay? So easier account management, collaboration with your team, and quietly stepping away from a tweet. It's time for social media news and trends, right? Which is a roundup of recent changes and what they could mean for your brand, right? So if you're a B2B marketer managing accounts on LinkedIn, your job is about get easier, right? It's about to get easier. So the company is launching Business Manager, a platform that integrates Campaign Manager and Pages and works for agencies or companies with multiple accounts. You'll be able to create and track ad campaigns, update and share match audiences, manage pages and permissions, and improve performance from one hub, right? So watch for more features to be rolled out in the coming months, okay? So also on the enterprise side, the video conference app Zoom, which are we are using right now, right? We're using Zoom right now. So that's app Zoom is moving deeper into messaging. So Zoom Chat is a business platform that lets users send text and video messages to coworkers, attach files, share whiteboards, and organize chats and folders, right? But this is separate from the DMs and regular video calls, which aren't going to change. But it sounds like Zoom may be going head to head with Teams and Slack by providing more collaboration options for like corporate accounts, right? So Pinterest continues to invest in social shopping. They announced several new ways to showcase your products to customers, right? The brands can tag products and pins, making it simpler for users to discover and shop. You can also make your catalog more interactive by including video and giving shoppers a variety of views.
첫 번째로 찾은 곳은 뉴요크의 나인.
Sorry, that was messy, right? All right, where did I stop? Okay, so you can make your catalog more interactive by including video and giving shoppers a variety of views while they consider a purchase, right? And retailers can now add a shop tab directly to your profile page. So meanwhile, like Twitter's partnership with Shopify lets merchants feature products in a carousel on your account page and update them in real time so your customers can always catch the latest offers. So and finally, like, have you ever found yourself in the middle of a conversation on Twitter you didn't want to be part of? Well, the Twitter's new like unmentioned feature lets you quietly remove yourself from being included in all those tweets and replies, right? Now, if someone could figure out how to do that in all those replies, reply all mail chains, that'll be really great, Any questions so far? So this is from last month, right? So last month, let's talk about the trend from last month. So the B2B on the old Facebook, like new creator tools and instant AI, right? So it's time for social media news and trends. So it's a roundup of recent changes from last month and what they could mean for your brand. So with so many companies doing business on Meta's program and Facebook, it makes sense they're rolling out B2B targeting on their platform. You can now segment by job title, sector, and the new company page events. This gives your brand another way to market your B2B products. So on the creator side, Shopify launched collabs, right? A feature that makes it easier for merchants and creators to connect, right? It's easy to use. Creators just apply for account, search for brands, create products to sell that they really like and think their followers will like, and get trackable links or discount codes. And if you're a retailer, you can manage your creative partnership and expand your customer base right from your Shopify dashboard. Speaking of creators, like LinkedIn offering tools designed to increase follower engagement. This includes the ability to add the clickable link with a custom call to action directly to a video or photo post. And creators now have access to more templates to make their posts stand out. Not to be outdone, the Instagram is releasing new templates for Reels. And also on the Reels front, Meta's letting users place add your stickers to videos on both Instagram and Facebook to encourage fan collaboration. This sounds like a good way to get your customer engaged with your brand, right? YouTube is getting a lot of traction from its TikTok-like feature, like shorts. You guys all use that, right? So now it's giving creators tools to choose a clip from an existing video and automatically publish it as a short that links back to the original video, which means your brand could encourage the creators you already worked with to build that into their plans and give you another opportunity to reach your fans, right? And finally, in the AI visual creation category, TikTok launched a text to image tool. So all you do is write down what you want your image to be, and the AI generates it, right? Right now, though, like the options are somewhat limited, but as more people use it and train the AI, the tool will likely get more sophisticated. So just to be sure to set your parameters before you try it, so your AI output matches your brand, right? Any questions so far? So this is that kind of recent stuff, so which is, I'm sure it's gonna be a lot. There are most of them are relevant to you right now. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're like, creating a visuals for the digital ad, copy for a blog post or a video story for social media. It all starts with a blank screen, right? So sometimes that can feel really daunting. So well, what if you had a new partner that could take your concept and bring it to life at a drop of a word, right? So let's look at some of the ways brands are enhancing creativity with artificial intelligence, right? So as a writer, like sometimes it's tough to find the right hook to spark your customer's attention, right? Now, with a little help from a natural language generation app like Copysmith or Hyperwrite, which I just mentioned to you in the beginning of the class, you're never at a loss for words, right? So just feed an AI an opening sentence and presto, an instant copy that's ready to go. Well, actually, it's more like a brainstorm dump or a very rough first draft. And this is where your writing talent comes in to fine tune, edit, revise it into copy that best reflects your brand. Now that you have a draft, maybe you want to turn it into a video, right? So with an AI video production, apps like Lumen 5, you can unload your script, choose the format and the template, and then watch as it creates a short video with images and caption that match your text, right? It's so cool. You gotta like really need to try this out for fun. So of course you'll probably need some copy and image editing and upload your own visuals to personalize it. And you can add music, right? Record a voiceover and even have the AI's app voice to do that for you. So in no time at all, you've got a finished project that's ready to share, right? And you heard the expression, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So I don't know if you guys heard this thing. Is so cool, really, really cool. I cannot believe I'm living in an age where this is possible, but this is like text to image apps like OpenAI's DALL-E 2. So basically you put a few words and it'll help you, this program helps you translate those few words into a picture almost instantly. It's so cool. So I want you guys to give it a try. So just give the AI a descriptive prompt. You can even add in a visual style that's you like to use, and it generates some options. Sometimes the results are surprisingly good, but it's not great with logos or images that have text, which shows you still need your designers and illustrators to go from AI concept to marketing reality. So that's the point. No matter how magical they seem, the AI apps are just tools. Just remember that they're just tools. The key, determine which one you need to enhance and optimize your marketing workflow, right? So develop a protocol to evaluate and test the tools to make sure they adhere to your company's data safety and privacy standards. And then like train your team on how to use them as idea generating assistants, right? So think of it this way. So AI may be along for the ride, but you're in the creative driver's seat. All right, so any questions so far? Okay. That's it for the class. Thanks for listening.